Alright, so boom, we are in a period of time where we're going to be getting a Legends Limited and most likely an Ultra, and this would be the last Ultra before we go into the festival where they'd give us the last Ultra of the year. With that being said, I feel it's natural to try and retrace our steps and look at what happened last year or even the year before to get a measure of what could happen this year, because I'm sure we all can just agree it makes a lot of sense to look at previous events to see if there's a pattern for future events so that we can make an accurate prediction of what we could get right now. So you've seen the title of the video, who is going to be the 2023 version of Beast Gohan. Now I have to say Beast Gohan is a phenomenal unit. He was amazing in his prime, untouchable, one of the best units we've ever had in Legends history. But will I say that we're very likely to get a unit that is on the same caliber as Beast Gohan? I can't say that for sure. I have to say Beast Gohan's timing and his release in terms of what he had in overall package with his team was literally just an anomaly. Not to say a unit like that can't drop this year in 2023, but I feel like it's going to be harder to copy that formula that they had when they dropped Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan had the likes of Pan and Future Gohan, literally the perfect team to keep him afloat. Even if you didn't use him on that team, Beast Gohan's kit alone was enough to just dominate everybody. And even now he can still put up some ridiculous numbers when you're fighting him in PvP. It's actually absurd. But going back into the team, he had the perfect setup with Pan being the best support in the game, arguably could be still right now, on top of the fact that she's a disrupt unit, so she's able to break combos and stop the enemy from switching out when you actually hit her for the first time. She'll buff the team insanely, so you're doing more damage, and overall just the best support you could have asked for at that period in time. Then Future Gohan's on the side, also breaking combos with his cover change, also allowing you to get a quick priority if they use the blast card and you cover change with him. Then on top of that, if he gets hit for every first time that they hit him, so every combo they restart, he would actually give a buff to the team, which is very effective. Just to add the icing on the cake, he also has endurance. And I feel like a big thing that benefits teams, not always, because we've seen with Gold Frieza, you only need 2 elements, but the Hybrid Saiyan team that Beast Gohan was on had 3 separate colors, Future Gohan being yellow, Pan being red, and Beast Gohan being blue. Now, if we look here in 2023, we are expecting a movies unit, and movie units have really flashy headliners. Right now, there's a couple units that I want to mention off the top of my head, and I'm sure you probably have a bet on who you want it to be, but let's put up the contenders for this video here. So as of recent, especially because of the home screen, we have LL Super Gogeta. He is the last fusion warrior that Legends haven't got in an LL form, and I'm talking about Gogeta and Vegito specifically, outside of the fact that we also don't have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in the Ultra, but we're not talking about him right now. Right, so cool, I'm just gonna go through all the fusion warriors real quick, and you'll see that Super Gogeta outside of Ultra Gogeta 4 is the missing piece. For Super Vegito, we have the Legends Limited. He was the 1st anniversary headliner, and we also have him in Ultra Rarity. He was the 4th anniversary Ultra. We have Ultra Vegito Blue, who was the 5th anniversary Ultra, but we also have LL Legends Limited Vegito Blue, who was the 2nd anniversary headliner. We have Legends Limited Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but we don't have the Ultra, and we have Ultra Super Gogeta, but we don't have the Legends Limited. So for that reason, people are expecting an Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta for the festival, but right now we're looking at a movies unit given that we're in a campaign, so Super Gogeta fits that bill perfectly. On top of the fact he's on the home screen and they just Zenkai'd the green Super Gogeta, although that could ruin his actual bet. If they Zenkai'd the green Gogeta, then they might not give us the LL. Naturally, if he's being the hero, we might not get a hero this time, we would get an antagonist, because even last year we got LL Final Form Cooler and he was insane to counter any Super Saiyan. He was a monster, and he actually brought up LOE. That was a one-of-a-kind unit as well. Very big anomaly with that guy dropping, but Beast Gohan countered him so harshly, it was really unfair. But yeah, with that being said, we can definitely get a Janemba, although I don't see Janemba being a Beast Gohan caliber unit. I don't know why it is, I just feel like they wouldn't do an antagonist that good. I just don't see it. If it's not Frieza, an LOE unit, I really just don't see it. It's really hard for me to see that being a foreseeable future. Not that it's impossible, but even if it did happen, I really don't think he would be a top 1 destroying the whole meta type unit. We gotta address the elephant in the room, even though the talks have gone quite quiet for it, and I know that Legends doesn't classify it as a movie, but the Battle of God Saga with God Goku and Beerus, those 2 could be Legends Limiteds that we get for sure right before we head into the festival. Now again, I want to repeat that Legends does not classify the Battle of God Saga as a movie. However, they still do have a movie for it, which is why right now, when they're celebrating their 10-year anniversary for the Battle of Gods movie, they're relisting the movie in America, the United States, and adding some extra footage that wasn't in the original release. They also use some specific terminology in a post, and I'm gonna refer this to specifically Battle of Gods since they're relisting the movie to be watched in the United States. In the post you're seeing on the screen, it literally says, "Get ready for loads of events and new characters based on sagas from the movies. Time for some big screen fun." So even though Legends doesn't list them as a movie's character, they could still just somehow buff movies as their Z ability, you know? And even though they don't, they could still release them as part of the movie's campaign. But I feel like we just shouldn't rule it out nonetheless. It's still a very big possibility, with the big elephant being that it's their 10-year anniversary for that movie. I'd say the last big contender that I want to mention would definitely be Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, Z Broly as a Legend Limited. I feel like that prediction's kind of phased out because we got that equip that was for Ultra Broly, and then they reran Ultra Broly. So for them to drop a Legend Limited Z Broly would kind of be like, we kind of got that in the game and you kind of hinted to it already, so it might be something else now. But the co-op also doesn't help with the fact that it's Fisku, so a lot of people have been pointing towards Broly, but again, I don't feel like he's one of the popular options, and a lot of people are phased out of that one too. Now, a lot of people want to know what I think's coming as the next Legends Limited, and I'm trying to decide whether I should make you wait and give my explanation first, or then give the answer first and my explanation second. Let's be real, if we had a laser beam pointed at the Earth, literally the last stand for humanity, you have to pick the unit correctly that Legends are going to release as a Legends Limited coming up this month. If I had to choose somebody, and this unit is most likely going to be a big bait, they have to be a bait to take away people's Chrono Crystals right before the festival, because people are gonna buy Chrono Crystals in the festival anyway.
2 seconds later.
Who would I choose? I've got to go Super Gogeta, man. The only other competitor that I feel that would be on his level would be God Goku. And because they haven't really hinted to anything revolving around God Goku, I feel like he could still be a very good option. But if I'm taking the options that I listed as actual movies characters, because like I mentioned, Legends does not list the Battle of Gods characters as movies, I have to go with Super Gogeta. Now, something I want to point out that I feel like someone's going to mention in the comment section already is that if you look at the home screen, we have Gogeta and Janemba, right? But if you refer back to other campaigns, just because the home screen is a specific unit doesn't mean that we're going to be getting that unit for the celebration. There is some cases where it did follow through, for example the Goku Youth and Vegito Blue, but in other cases it didn't, like the Kaioken Goku. So you shouldn't take it as a fact that it's going to be that unit just off of the home screen. However, I feel like out of the options I listed outside of God Goku, I feel like Super Gogeta is a fusion warrior, and they always promote fusion warriors, even though there's a lot of loud voices that might be like,
oh my god, another fusion warrior, really? I don't really want fusion warriors. We've done it too much.
They are still one of the highest peaks in Dragon Ball, if not the most peak. The pinnacle, literally. Fusing Goku and Vegeta? What? Just give it. Just give it. That's going to take people's Chrono Crystals. Another reason why I feel like they dropped Super Gogeta is because if they did and they dropped Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in the festival, they would make Fusion Warriors an actual good team. But on top of that, next year, they wouldn't have to do Fusion Warriors. They won't be sucked into that idea. It's been 5 years running, and I think 5 years is a good number to start switching it up. They have tried in other occasions, but as for a headliner, I feel there's a lot more potential for the game to actually receive bad reception if it wasn't a fusion warrior. A fusion warrior is just guaranteed good results, money, hype. Everybody's gonna enjoy it for the most part, besides from the few that be complaining, but they are actually a minority, although their voices may seem very loud. Take this poll for reference. A lot of people don't mind whether it's a fusion warrior or not, and then if you include the people that do mind, then they also enjoy it, so that's an even bigger percentage. It's a very small minority that really don't want fusion warriors, but they don't speak for everybody anyways. But this is just my poll results. You should definitely subscribe to be involved in these. But outside of that, I feel like it's just a very good opportunity to put Super Gogeta as an LL and post up the Ultra being Janemba if they're not going to do the Battle of Gods thing. Janemba's a good unit to actually buff regeneration, and he's also a powerful opponent, so that's 2 birds in 1 stone. And powerful opponents on top of regeneration have actually got some good units this year. 2 that I definitely want to mention, Cell being the most recent, and Ultra Kid Buu, who can't shine right now because Ultra Vegito Blue is running Tyrant alongside Gold Frieza. Even though Kid Buu counters Gold Frieza, the team's just too strong, whereas Kid Buu's team doesn't really thrive as well.
And oh yeah, Go Frieza can change element.
Anyways, that's pretty much all my reasonings for why I think it would be Super Gogeta, but I feel like if not Super Gogeta, the same lineup for the same similar pattern would be God Goku and Beerus as the Ultra. It'd be pretty wild if they did drop a Beast Gohan type unit in 2023 right before the festival and the whole game changes. That would be insane. But at the same time, it would be the perfect unit for them to drop to bait people into summoning, so that when the festival starts up, the only way to get Chrono Crystals is to really grind your ass off by playing the game or to buy some straight up. But of course, let me know who you think it would be, if it's going to be anybody. But I've got my bet placed. I've got Super Gogeta if it's not going to be the Battle of Gods. But the Battle of Gods thing really fits the same type of setup that I'm looking at if it was to be Super Gogeta and Janemba, and I could see a God Goku and Beerus. Same thing, powerful opponents, slightly different tags. You get a bit of God Ki in the Battle of Gods as well. But I feel like God Ki wouldn't shine right now for some reason. It's just a gut feeling. I don't have a basis for it though. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know who you think down below would come in the comment section. Press the subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 75,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.